Thanks to the Danuch Dance Company for that amazing performance. It is now my great honor to introduce our next keynote speaker, Sir Tumu Te Heuheu, Paramount Chief of the Ngati Tuwharetoa. Sorry about that. Tumu is the 8th Paramount Chief and influential figure for the Maori throughout the New Zealand. Sir Tumu is a leader of the Field World Heritage. He's a chair of New Zealand Historic Places Trust Maori Heritage Council, patron of the Tukia Group Board, and has been seen on the UNESCO World Heritage Committee. Sir Tumu has been a chairman of the Tuwharetoa Trust Board and chairman of the Lake Taupo and Lake Rotorua. He is also a patron of the University of Auckland's Polynesian Society. This is my great pleasure to now ask Sir Tumu to the stage to deliver his address.
Greetings. Tēnā koutou katoa. I would like to begin by acknowledging the tangata whenua, the people of this land, the kaitiaki, the stewards for the future generations. My mountains greet your mountains. My rivers and waterways greet your rivers and waterways. My people greet you here in this place, your place. Thank you also for the welcome to this country from the traditional owners of this land, the Larrakia, and from Australia's Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. You have reminded us of the long-standing links between people and land, and have now cleared the way for us to participate together in the spirit of brotherhood and community. Nō reira, tēnā koutou, greetings from my own people in Aotearoa. It is an honour to be asked to speak at this conference, and I do so with a sense of optimism. Not necessarily because the Indigenous landscape is unencumbered or free from prejudice, but because as a group committed to addressing the contemporary realities of Indigenous peoples, our voice can be strong and heard across the world. In each of our countries, and despite courage, goodwill, and fortitude, our voices do not always gain a recognized hearing. But as a global body, a worldwide network of Indigenous peoples, the collective voice has the potential to be heard well beyond the shores of Australia and well above the reverberations of Pacific waves. So we are greatly indebted to those of you who have organized this meeting. And I extend my congratulations, Wayne. Today, I am also mindful of our forefathers who kept alive the knowledge, the dreams, and the understandings of our people. They didn't have the benefit of a worldwide platform to share their concerns, and were often lone voices in unreceptive forums. Yet their determination to take the best of Indigenous values and philosophies into the 20th century has led us here today. The hope is that our efforts at this conference will bear fruit in ways that would otherwise have been impossible, and that our conclusions will be understood and appreciated by generations in this 21st century. Indigenous peoples have cultural values that shape the way they view the world and determine attitudes to the land, human creativity, and the relationships between animate and inanimate objects. While there are significant differences between Indigenous peoples in our historic and recent experiences, there are also remarkably similar ways of understanding nature and their part in it. A common starting point is a sense of unity with the environment. My own tribe of Ngati Tuwharetoa, for example, has an expression that links them closely with that environment. And it goes like this: Ko tongariro te maunga. Tongariro is the mountain. Ko Tuwharetoa te iwi. And Tuwharetoa are the people. Implicit in the statement is the contention that mountain and tribe are bound together by both time and place. A bond with the land and the natural environment is the fundamental feature of indigeneity. The land is an extension of tribal and personal identity, and the relationship is reflected in song, custom, hunting, approaches to healing, and the utilization of physical resources. I mentioned at the beginning of this address that I was optimistic. Well, I am. My optimism lies not so much in the incremental progress made by us in our respective countries, but by your presence at this conference. Together, much more can be accomplished than working independently of each other. Significant gains on the world stage have been made, for example, through the United Nations endorsement of the Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, including now endorsement from Canada, the USA, Australia, and New Zealand. And I have also been encouraged by the Indigenous contributions to the World Heritage Committee and the recognition that has been given to both tangible and intangible qualities when valuing and recognizing World Heritage sites. There is, of course, much more to be accomplished. While I've spoken about tribal influences on modern management practices in the Tongariro National Park, at another level, there is quite an urgent need for Indigenous values and perspectives to be incorporated into the protocols of all nations so that the land, the water, and the air can continue to nurture our expanding global population in the centuries ahead. By the end of this conference, I'm confident that progress towards that end will have been made. So it is, at this point, I would like to offer my best wishes to you all for a successful outcome to the deliberations before us. With those few words, kia ora tātou katoa.